Thanks and welcome to join me on the 6:15. I'm Kejang Henry at Timbe. We begin with our headlines. Did Cameroon's national team coach really quit? Or is he the latest victim of a cyber attack? But in a shocking twist and controversy, just months before the African Cup of Nations and World Cup qualifiers, a resignation letter allegedly from Indomitable Lions coach Mark Breeze surfaced online, citing unpaid wages and breach of contract. Hours later, Breeze reportedly disowned the letter, claiming his account has been hacked. And we ask, has the Belgian tactician truly walked away from the Lions' den, or is it a calculated ploy in the ongoing power tussle at the top of Cameroon's football? And Dieudonné Yebga declared persona non grata by Manidem after he reignited political controversy by submitting a second file for the presidential bid after that of Maurice Kamto duly endorsed by Anise Ekane. Welcome to the 6:50 News, reaching you live from our studios in Douala. Welcome to join us. I'm Kejang Henry at Timbe. You can hook up with us on our respective platforms on Canal International. Well, very unusual. We begin with football. Cameroon's football is in murky waters as national team coach Mark Breeze pushes back against what has been termed as rumors of his resignation. A leaked letter suggested that he has terminated his contract and actually surfaced online. But hours later, the Belgian tactician reportedly disowned the letter, claiming his account has been hacked. So we are asking the question, has the Belgian tactician actually moved away from the national team, or it is just a calculated ploy following the ongoing tussle at the head of the national team? Ambo Gladys Diban comes back to that later.
Cameroon's national football team has been hit by fresh controversy with head coach Mark, and dated July 21, 2025, addressed to Sports Minister Narcisse Mole Kombi. Breeze cited the non-payment of salary for 60 days, a breach he says justifies his decision to end the deal signed on March 8, 2024. According to the letter, the Belgian coach is demanding immediate payment of all outstanding sums and has threatened to take the matter to the Court of Arbitration for Sports if no action is taken. The Cameroon Football Federation, FECAFOOT, confirmed Breeze's departure in a statement released on July 23, describing it as a unilateral move. The federation said it is working with public authorities to urgently find a replacement as Cameroon prepares for the 2026 World Cup qualifiers and the African Cup of Nations in December. Meanwhile, within hours of the announcement, Mark Breeze issued a second letter refuting rumors that his account had been hacked. He criticized officials of spreading false claims without verification, warning it could be seen as an orchestrated attempt to remove him. He urged for calm and a swift resolution to the ongoing administrative issues, stressing the need for focus and unity as the national team gears up for crucial fixtures.
Against the Gambia in 3 matches.
But thanks very much, Ambo Gladys Diban, for that report. And political drama is brewing in Manidem as Dieudonné Yebga's surprise presidential ambition is met with fierce resistance. The party has branded him persona non grata, confirming his expulsion from the party and warning Electoral to dismiss what they call an illegal candidacy. It should be mentioned that Dieudonné Yebga's faction of Manidem actually endorsed him as a presidential candidate ahead of the October 12 polls. Maureen D comes back to that.
call him Dieudonné Yebga, a man who has reignited political controversy by submitting a second presidential candidacy under the banner of the African Movement for New Independence and Democracy, MANIDEM. His move has drawn widespread criticism, with many questioning his current standing within the party. To investigate, our team of reporters visited MANIDEM's headquarters in Douala on July 23, where we met with the party's vice president. He informed us that Yebga was officially excluded from the party years ago following an unsuccessful attempt to disrupt our party congress through legal means.
Yebga is no longer a militant of MANIDEM. He worked out of the party, and the political bureau chose Anissé Kane to run the party, and he is the leader of this party. Everybody knows that when they come to elections in 2020, it's Anissé Kane who signed for the candidates.
Resolutions from that same Congress definitively removed him from MANIDEM. A letter documenting Yebga's exclusion was sent to the Ministry of Territorial Administration, which acknowledged receipt. According to MANIDEM officials, Yebga's current actions are considered unauthorized, and any documents he submits under the party's name are deemed invalid. The president emphasized that the party's legitimate leadership, including Anissé Kane, has been recognized by MINAT and electoral body Elecam, and that same 2018, with Anissé Kane receiving official invitations to present date to all relevant meetings at Elecam. The vice president and Henriette Kwe all criticized Yebga's behavior, describing it as manipulative and destructive, and called on Elecam to uphold the party's legitimate representation.
If they try to eliminate Kamto, this will be an important point. The Cameroon is run under the rule of law.
The atmosphere at the MANIDEM headquarters during our visit was calm and orderly. The situation underscores the complexities within Cameroon's political landscape as the nation approaches its presidential elections.
And from viral videos to campaign slogans, Cameroonian social media influencers are blurring the lines between entertainment and political activism as the 2025 presidential poll heat up. These digital voices are, of course, becoming political powerhouse, endorsing opposition figures and mobilizing youth for change. Details in the following report with our reporter, Sherifa Saleh.
As Cameroon prepares for one of its most closely watched presidential elections in recent history, a wave of prominent social media influencers has stepped into the political spotlight, marking a notable departure from years of cautious silence. Some high-profile figures, including comedian Fingong Tralala, lifestyle coach La Coach Blonde, content creators Aisha Kamwas and Noel Kemwe, and Le Justicier de Nkwabang, have used their platforms to endorse opposition leader Maurice Kamto. Their messages, largely shared via Facebook, signal growing public demand for accountability, generational change, and political renewal. The endorsements have drawn wild engagement online, with followers reacting in support and reposting the messages across Facebook and other social media platforms. While many Cameroonian entertainers and digital personalities traditionally stay clear of politics, citing risk of censorship, blacklisting, or worse, this election cycle is proving different. Their posts often carry slogans like "Le choix est clair," in English, "the choice is clear." So far, there is little indication of comparable online backing for incumbent President Paul Biya, who at 92 is seeking yet another term in office. Other contenders, such as Cabral Libi, have not attracted the same level of influencer engagement. This wave of endorsements suggests that digital platforms, particularly Facebook, are no longer just outlets for entertainment but have become key spaces for political messaging, especially among the country's youth. Whether this growing online momentum will translate into actual votes at the polls remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. In 2025, Cameroon's influencers are choosing to be seen and heard on the political stage.
Thanks, Sherifa Sarre. And Cameroon's electoral empire is entering what is known as a decisive phase ahead of the October 12 presidential polls. Lekan board under Egno Abrams Egbe has begun scrutinizing files of 82 presidential hopefuls, promising transparency, legality and fairness in what may be Cameroon's most contested presidential race of all times. Hyacinth reports.
Je remets solennellement le paquet de dossiers au président du Conseil électoral, président d'élections Cameroun. Je vous remercie.
Handing over of 82 files of the aspirants of October 12 presidential election by the Director General of Election, Eric Esusi, to the Chairperson of Electoral Board, Eno Abrams Egbe, as the board begins scrutinizing the documents this July 23rd in Yaoundé. In line with Section 10, Sub 1 of the Electoral Code, the board is expected to uphold the values of compliance to guarantee fairness in deciding the fate of the candidates. Opening the second session as of right, Eno Abrams urges members to stick to objectivity and the respect of law.
The duty bestowed upon us today is both delicate and decisive, as we need to hold the uprightness of the law and ensure that only eligible and law-abiding candidates are accepted in strict respect of the legal and regulatory framework in force. In this regard, the task of examination of candidacy files requires from us objectivity, rigor, and impartiality in our deliberations.
Elections Cameroon is expected to publish the first list of retained candidates on or before August 10.
Well, thanks very much, Hyacinth, and we move on to diplomacy in what is known as, or has been described as, a symbolic show of growing Sino-Cameroon ties. The Deputy Governor of China's Jiangxi Province, Zhao Hongyang, has actually visited Yaoundé's Gynecobstetric and Pediatric Hospital, one of the flagship fruits of the medical cooperation between both countries. And so his stopover actually portrays what the term a commitment of strengthening healthcare in Africa. Details with Beatrice Ngamu.
Upon arrival at the Gynecology, Obstetrics and Pediatrics Hospital in Yaoundé, the Deputy Governor, Zhao Hongyang of Jiangxi Province, was warmly welcomed by Hospital Director, his deputy, staff, accompanied by the board chair. Occasion for the Chinese official to get a first-hand knowledge of the hospital and facilities in place. The tour started at the operation ward through the medicine service and the scanning unit. Zhao Hongyang took every step with a smile, savoring all, while throwing one or two words to the healthcare personnel, particularly his fellow compatriots. The Chinese General Medicine Service established in this hospital aligns with the bilateral cooperation between Cameroon and China.
Je pense qu'elle rentre avec une impression de satisfaction.
I believe that she will return with a sense of satisfaction, knowing that this cooperation is doing well and should continue. The relationship between the two countries will only result in fruitful benefits. This Sino-Cameroon collaboration enhances healthcare, providing better medical services in this health facility, specialized in the care and follow-up of women.
Thanks very much, Hure Amadou, for that report. We thought it was Beatrice Ngamu. And we are going to meet Cynthia Latte, who tells us that most of the call boxes around the towns or major cities are disappearing. But what can be the cause behind the disappearance of call box? She questions. And of course, some answers are already coming up as a result of digital advancement.
Commonly referred to as call boxes, some telephone booths installed in Douala no longer offer communication services via phone calls. Abel, an attendant at the call box point in Bonabassem neighborhood, reports that her last transaction dates back several years. We are not interested in calls anymore because when you subscribe to a mobile plan, people don't call, so you waste your money at the end of the day. The service has become increasingly scarce and consumers often face refusals, interested in calls anymore and do not provide the service. Today, the activity is experiencing some fluctuations. Regular users are relying on other services to stay afloat and maximizing their income. These services include credit transfer and mobile money transactions. Personally, I find it risky because you cannot be transferring credit and keeping an eye on your phone at the same time. It can easily be stolen. These changes are a direct result of several technological advancements. Now, I use WhatsApp for my mobile calls. If you are not online, I just put you aside. While some call boxes in our street corners are resisting the test of time, certain mobile call box operators have become scarce. The activity seems to be giving way to mobile money transfer points.
Thanks very much for that report, and we move over to something else. And this time we are talking about civility in the city of Douala. We have indications that we have basically come to the end of this 6:15 news. I've been Kejang Henry Atebe, thanking you for being with us. From all of us, it's goodbye. Lee Page will be coming up with the debrief de l'actualité. Goodbye.